The Penguins captain, Sidney Crosby, the league's leading scorer. Sid, what was your reaction when you first heard that the Penguins had picked up Brendan Morrow and Douglas Murray?
Just really happy. Obviously, management has given us an opportunity by adding those two guys, and I feel like, the guys that have been in the lineup have done a great job, but adding those two guys is only going to make us better. So, just really happy and excited to get them to Pittsburgh and, start to build something.
Sidney, you've been in the league now a while, and you've been around as we get it near trade deadlines and teams make acquisitions like this. A couple years back, you remember you got Billy Guerin. He ended up being a guy that helped you win a Stanley Cup. Do players really get, really get excited? Do they really into it? Are you watching? You're paying attention, and then when your team does do something, does it generate like a lot of excitement and feel like, hey, we're going to be even better? We got even a better chance to win.
Yeah, I think that some guys obviously hear their name mentioned a bit, and I think it's something that's hard to not think about sometimes. But I think that overall, when you add guys, I think it's a message that the organization or management is saying that, hey, we believe in you guys, and we want to add to the puzzle and kind of just keep things going. And obviously we've had success lately, but the two guys we added are guys that are obviously going to help us. So I think there is a certain level of excitement that comes with that. We'll try to make their adjustment to our team as easy as possible, but we're definitely happy to have them.
Sid, 12-game winning streak. What's been your greatest source of pride with the way your team's played lately?
I'd say a couple things. I would say, our depth. I think, having, Gino and Tanger out, those two guys, who are so important to our team and who play so much, to be able to find ways, I think says a lot about our depth. And I think defensively, just, last, couple weeks here, I think we've really improved a lot. That's something we've been focusing on all year, but really haven't seen the results from it until the last couple weeks. So it's something we're continuing to work on. But come playoff time, the games are going to be tight, low scoring, and need to find ways to win those games. So that's an area we've been a lot better in.
Hey, Sid, the last night against the Flyers, you had a huge goal there to tie things up, send it to overtime. Tyler Kennedy scored. You guys win to keep the streak going. And, during the broadcast, I heard Pierre McGuire talk about you working on your shot. I mean, people think sometimes that you guys just magically become so good. There's a lot of work that goes into all the different skills that you've honed and that any player that plays in the NHL has to hone over time. Have you been working on your shot over, in the last little bit? And if so, like, what things are you trying to improve there?
Yeah, I have been. I think that, as far as shooting goes, I think it's a little bit tougher. It's something that, I probably think of passing more than I do shooting, and I think it's something I really have to remind myself of and work a little bit more on. So, I try to do that whenever I have extra time, and obviously this season with so many games, you don't have a ton of time to practice, so you got to kind of squeeze things in. But I just find that with the way teams play defense now, with everyone kind of blocking shots and kind of five guys pretty close to the net, you've got to find ways to get your shot through, and you got to find ways to maybe shoot from further out. So, and that's something that I've kind of found that has maybe changed the last couple of years, and I'm just trying to make sure that I continue to work on it and remind myself of, getting shots away.
Sid, along those same lines, you're so good on the backhand. At what point in your career did you really hone that skill?
I think just that's probably a result of having a pretty straight curve and being comfortable to play on my backhand. And that's probably because of whatever stick my dad bought when I was younger. That's a result of that. But I think everyone always said to work on my backhand. I remember my dad reminded me of maybe working on my backhand a bit more, and it's obviously a tougher skill, and it's just something that became pretty natural. So I'm comfortable there, which is a good thing. But it's always, again, it's something I have to kind of keep working on as far as getting shots away from different spots on the ice.
When you talk about, you're being a pass-first guy, you're more, when we look at you and we see your game, you made that great behind-the-back pass a couple weeks ago. I forget which game it was, but it was a terrific pass. I think it was on one of the weekend nights, but a great job there. Teams are looking for you to pass. So when you say you want to try to shoot more, is that your way of mixing it up so other teams can't focus in on one particular thing?
Yeah, I think it's more or less just, having that mentality, because I feel like if I think to shoot, the pass will still be there. If I think to take the puck to the net, or if I think that I'm going to shoot from a certain area, I think naturally I will end up seeing the pass anyway, if it is there. But I find when I always look past, I sometimes pass up opportunities to shoot. So, that's just one area that you want to make sure that you're not predictable out there. And if there are passes to be made, you want to make sure you make them. But if teams start to overplay someone or think you're going to pass a little bit more, you got to make sure that you can find a way to get shots off and be dangerous that way too.
Sid, you've had some nice milestones recently, 200th multi-point game, 400 assists. When you add up all those accolades, including the championships, cup, a gold medal and everything, how much does legacy matter, or a place in history matter to you?
I don't really think about it, to be honest. I think winning is, what you play for, and, since coming to the NHL, I think that, and even prior to that, I think growing up playing hockey, you always wanted to win and be a part of a team, and after missing so much time, I think that I have a, greater appreciation for obviously playing, but competing. I think that's, as an athlete, any sport, and especially hockey where you're part of a team, it's just, it's awesome and it's exciting to be able to compete and challenge yourself and be a part of a team, and that's stuff that really, I think, excites me and what I love about playing. So I think more about that stuff than, probably the individual stuff.
Sid, back in 2010 in Vancouver, you scored a kind of big goal for Team Canada to help them kind of win the gold medal in overtime. But, the Olympics are coming up again. We don't know for sure exactly how this is going to work from the NHL standpoint. We think that you guys might be going again over to Russia for the 14 games. Have you been thinking about that at all? Is it something that you'd like to be involved with again?
Yeah, I mean, the Olympics are a pretty incredible experience, and as a whole, but also as a hockey player, the level of play there, I think for anyone who's ever seen it and whoever watches it live, it's pretty amazing, to see the kind of elite players from all over the world and playing together and competing against one another. It's great hockey, and I think it's a special time. So I think, if it can be worked out, I think we'd all love to be there. I'm sure it'll find a way. We'll find a way with I guess with it being in Russia and with the NHL schedule and stuff, it'll be a little bit tougher than maybe Vancouver, but I think everyone would agree that it's pretty awesome for hockey.
You seem to have a sense of everything that's going on around the NHL. How much hockey do you watch in your free time?
I watch a fair amount. I think, especially with the short season and, with the standings kind of changing every night, I think really the playoff race has been on for a while, and I think it's exciting. Even as a player, you kind of follow as a fan as well, and see what teams are doing what, and obviously with the run that Chicago had this year, and they're following that, and the different storylines, it's fun to follow that. But I think I'd probably catch at least a couple games a week if if we have time and we're not playing.
What about next year, looking forward, when you talk about seeing Chicago? I mean, you haven't seen the West this year. It's obviously a different year. What do you think about the schedule of just playing the East this year, and moving forward next year you'll play kind of a different setup with a different conference division setup?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's great for everyone. I think it's great for the players to play against different teams, for the fans to see different teams competing, and different teams in their building, and players from the whole league. So I think I think the way it works out is great. I think with the setup, we're gonna have to we're gonna be a little tougher. What is it, 14% or whatever the percentage is there? But I think that everyone's going to be pretty excited to see all the teams that that are coming through. So I think everyone will like it.
Sid, last thing real quick, tell us about your sister playing at Shattuck St. Mary's in the upcoming Nationals.
Yeah, she's her and her team are going to be playing in San Jose next week, so it's an exciting time for her and her team. So hopefully they have a good time there, and you know, I know that they've been working hard all year to play in that tournament and hopefully win it. So Shattuck's actually, the boys teams are actually in Pittsburgh for their nationals next week as well. So yeah, Shattuck will be on the mind next week for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Sid, thanks very much. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.